Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going over the Big Six, and the Big Six is very popular movements that have been labeled the Big Six because there's at one point people believed that you could just do these movements and get jacked, and you can do these movements and get really good results. You'll have lagging body parts, but this isn't about building muscle. This is about building athleticism. How good are these movements to make you more athletic, right? Let's go over the Big Six. Number one is squats. Barbell squats to be specific. Number two, deadlift. Number three, bench press. Number four, pull-ups / chin-ups. Number five, overhead press. Number six, bent over rows. All right. So we're gonna go over each one individually and let's see where they rank on a tier list that you could possibly add to your program to make you more athletic. All right. Number one, the barbell squat. This one is an S tier. If you're trying to become more athletic, practice the barbell squat. Get good at the form. Low bar, high bar, it doesn't matter. Get good at the one that you want to improve on, and it will make you more athletic. This involves you putting heavy amounts of load on your upper back, 200, 300, 400 pounds, right? You are getting down into the squat position, which some people as they age have trouble squatting. So here you are in that vulnerable position, pushing weight up. Your legs get stronger. Your core stabilizes this weight. Your upper back stabilizes this weight. Your hips and your glutes get activated. This is a powerful movement. If you want to get stronger overall, your whole body, get good at barbell squats. S tier. Definitely recommend it. Number two, we got the deadlift. Guys, this is weight on the floor and you are getting yourself in position to just bring it up, shoot it up and shoot your hips forward to get that weight off the floor. Guys, this is an S tier movement for building athleticism. I almost put it in A because when you get strong, it will fatigue you for sure. So I counter this with a second option, the Romanian deadlift. Guys, the Romanian deadlift is amazing for athleticism. You do Romanian deadlifts for 3-4 months and you don't practice any other sports, whatever sport you were doing, watch how it transforms your athleticism and how much more potential you have in your performance. You could get faster at running if you're not a runner. If you're a practicing sprinter, you be specific to your sport. But what I'm saying is that because it's focusing on your posterior chain and you're getting into an awkward position at a 90-degree angle with heavy amounts of weight on your hands that's pulling you down, and you're using your hips and your glutes and your hamstrings to stabilize yourself and then shoot that weight up and thrust forward with your hips. I am telling you guys, this movement is S tier. Deadlift, Romanian deadlift, S tier. Number three, the bench press. While I love the bench press and I'm currently working on it, getting stronger at it, to be completely honest with you guys, this builds some pushing strength, but it probably won't make you that athletic. I rank this D tier for building athleticism. Yes, you build strength. Yes, you build force. But I think there's other movements that are more compatible with athleticism and sport-specific movements that could benefit you and still build pressing strength. The bench press, you get strong in it you get really strong in it as you're gaining weight, and that just goes to tell that it's more of a moving mass. Obviously strength and technique go into it, but I think it's more of a technical movement and a muscle building movement than it is athleticism building. So we're gonna leave that right there at D tier. Next on the list, pull-ups. Now, pull-ups are a great muscle builder. If you want a big back, wide back, do pull-ups, all types, wide grip, underhand, right? But the way I'm going to show you how to do them is you want to be explosive with your pull-ups and intentional with your pull-ups. Now, not all people can do these at first. At first, you might just have to get good at pull-ups and give it time. Pull-ups are really hard to progress in. But once you're able to do 10 to 12 pull-ups, you could add weight, right? Because you're trying to get bigger muscles. But if you're trying to become more athletic, this is a perfect opportunity for you to practice your core engaging and almost treat it like a pullover. So instead of pulling straight up, you're kind of pulling to like your lower chest and engaging your lats a lot, really well. With this explosiveness in your pull-ups, and I recommend like underhanded, but not on the flat bar, those curved bars, so you can kind of just grip them like this as opposed to like this. You can really practice explosive movement with the pull-up. Go up really fast, go down slow, and explode back up. I give this a B tier. B tier explosive pull-ups specifically. Number 5, the overhead press. Now, if you lack upper body strength, this could make you more athletic. But if you're naturally or already strong because of your sport or whatever you practice, the translation will be minimal. But because you're stabilizing your core, you're using your legs to stabilize the weight, you're bringing it down to your clavicle and then shooting up. There is some type of explosiveness involving this. I give these a C tier. C tier because how much athleticism you're going to get is debatable, but it can give you some type of upper body strength that could translate over to some type of athleticism. I give it a C tier. And last, but definitely not least, is the bent over row. Now the bent over row, I give this a B tier, right? The reason why I give it a B tier is because you are bent over in an awkward position where your posterior chain is stabilizing all the weight that you have in your hand, right? And when you do this movement, it's gonna work out your glutes, your hamstrings, and your lower back, but you're not gonna grow much from it. But the stabilization of those muscles in your posterior chain can translate over to athletics. That's why the deadlift and the Romanian deadlift is such a good movement to build athleticism, right? So with that being said, right, B tier, because you're gonna, grow your back with it, right? If you want to make this an A tier movement for building athleticism, you want to make this a pen lay row, where you get the weight, drop it to the floor, and then explode up. But you use your posterior chain to stabilize yourself and don't budge. If you move a little bit, sure, but you're using that movement to shoot that weight up. And that's gonna give you power, explosiveness. The pen lay row, I would highly recommend it for athletes that need to build more muscle and explosiveness. If you're a fighter and you need to move up in weight and you're trying to figure out, hey, how can I gain more muscle and explosiveness? The pen lay row is that movement for you. I'm telling you guys, the pen lay row, A tier. I would give it S tier, but because of its limited factor of explosive weight, because you can't lift as much weight as you deadlift, I gave it an A tier. But if you switch those out, it wouldn't work against you really. So that's my list right there. And now I'm gonna go over the rep ranges for each of those so you can implement them into your program and see what's gonna benefit you. All right, guys, real quick, the big 6. Number 1 was squats, S tier. All right, that is an S tier movement to build explosiveness. You could go anywhere from 3 to 5 rep range to build explosiveness. You can even go as high as 6 to 8. And that'll probably build a good amount of muscle. It allows you to focus on the form. I recommend 6 to 8 to start, and then as you get better, you can go lower with the reps. 3 to 5 will definitely build some explosiveness. Just be careful, of course. Number 2, the deadlift. I think if you're trying to build explosiveness, this is one of the few ones where if you keep the form straight, you could probably practice maxing out 1 rep. Do it with the advice of a personal trainer that has experience with the deadlift, because if you just try to max out all the time and always try to go up with numbers, you might hurt yourself. So with that being said, if you don't have a personal trainer, the 3 to 5 rep range is really good for the deadlift, for you to build explosiveness, strength, and a good amount of muscle, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't do touch and go. I would, after every rep, drop the weight down, or put the weight down and reset and lift up again. So 3 to 5 rep range for this S tier movement deadlift. Real quick, the Romanian deadlift. If you want to build explosiveness, 4 to 6 is okay. But I would even just shoot for 6 overall, maybe 6 to 8. You can get really strong at these. So even 225 pounds for 8 reps is reasonable. You can get to that after a set amount of time. and even go higher with the weights. So 6 to 8 recommended for beginners. As you get stronger and you get more experience with the movement, you can definitely go 4 to 6. S tier for the Romanian deadlift as well. Number 3, the bench press. Guys, it's a D tier movement. 6 to 8 if you want to build some strength, but it's a D tier movement. I wouldn't try to build athleticism with this. Pull-ups. The way I would recommend this is do as many explosive pull-ups as you can. And as you get better at these, become more explosive with them. Go lower in the body. So instead of going to your chest, now go to your stomach and go to your belly button. It just telling you guys you can do it, and you actually, if you engage your core, you get real good explosiveness with these. So just as much as you can with good form. Number 5, the overhead press. This, I gave it a C tier. So if you want to build some good strength and that could potentially translate over to athletics, I would say 5 to 8. 5 to 8. You don't have to go as high as 8, but the 5 rep range is the 5 for rep range is solid. The reason why I'm iffy about even giving a rep range for this is because it's a C tier movement. It won't really build too much athleticism. You could even make a case for lower than that, right? If you can leave 1 in the tank and go for 3 reps, cool. If you have experience with this movement, then yeah, you could go lower and you could leave 1 in the tank, and this will build some type of strength if you're not necessarily trying to build as much muscle as possible with this. So that's my advice on the overhead press. Barbell row. I would go 6 to 8 with the barbell row. It is a B tier movement to build athleticism. But the Penlay row, this one right here, I would go 5 to 7. 5 to 7 explosive movements while your core is stabilizing, your posterior chain is stabilizing yourself with the explosiveness of pulling that rope really hard up to your chest or to your stomach. That's the rep range I would recommend for that. A tier movement. Great movement to build athleticism. And that's it for today, guys. Listen. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys, alright? I'm currently a boxing trainer and a personal trainer. I'm expanding in both fields right now. I have a fighter that I'm training, so a lot of these things I implement with him and will be implementing with him. So you will see me in the future. But I'm saying like and subscribe now so you can pick my brain now. You know what I'm saying? So, till next one.